I'm Doug Reeves with frequently asked questions from San Bernardino educators about effective grading practices. This educator asks, I have 71 discrete standards required for my class. How can I possibly narrow the focus and use power standards? First of all, thank you for saying out loud what we all know is true. There's too many California standards. There's too many standards in every state. Even if they were the right amount, they're all focused on 1 year of learning, and I'd be willing to bet you that most of our colleagues and people watching this video have students who need more than 1 year of learning. So unless we're going to have a 16-hour school day, we better figure out how to narrow the focus of standards. And that's never going to happen at a state or national level, so it's up to us to do it. Here's how. There's 3 criteria for establishing power standards. Number 1, does it have leverage? In other words, if I push on this lever, will it help my student in many other areas? One of the best levers I know of is nonfiction writing. When students do more writing to describe, to compare, to persuade, it helps them in every single subject. I've done these analyses in social studies, in mathematics, in science. More nonfiction writing helps in every other area. You'll find other things like this as well, like tables, charts, and graphs that we use in math, we use in expository writing, and we certainly use it in science. Find those things that have leverage that you see in several disciplines. Number 2, does it have endurance? Don't just look at your own grade level. Look at those standards that recur again and again and again. In California, for example, argumentative writing. We'll see in 4th grade, and 6th grade, and 8th grade, and 10th grade, it comes up again and again. And finally, ask a colleague if it's really necessary for the next grade. I see all over this and other districts, 5th grade teachers driving themselves crazy. I was in a 5th grade class last week that had 44 math standards for 5th grade, even there were some students who couldn't add, subtract, multiply, and divide. And I'm just telling you, those 5th grade students don't need to know about the rhombus and the Pythagorean theorem, but they sure in the world need to add, subtract, multiply, and divide and have some fraction and decimal operations to succeed in 6th grade. So we need to have dialogue between grades 5 and 6. Similarly, I see 8th grade teachers driving themselves crazy. I've got to get them ready for high school. But I've never heard the 9th grade teachers say, bring me more students who have mastered polynomials. But I hear a bunch of 9th grade teachers saying, bring me students who have their number operations, decimal and fraction operations down pat, who can draw an equation out of a story problem or who can create a story problem from an equation. Those are the fundamental skills they need. So don't try to cover all 71. Use these criteria of leverage, endurance, and what's most necessary for the next grade. That's how you narrow the focus. And there's plenty of things that can be cut. I'll finally just say this. We wind up omitting standards all the time anyway. We just omit them by default, what we didn't get around to or what students didn't learn. And that's a really bad version of power standards. The thoughtful version is where we omit things deliberately for clear and honest reasons, and we communicate that with our colleagues and the people in the next grade level. Thanks for listening.